Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century by Marilyn Sadler. In the year 2037, on a space station somewhere in the Milky Way, lived a little girl named Zenon Carr. Zenon was a typical 21st century girl. She loved the music of Microbe. She talked for hours on her maxi fan. She even wore Nan Claudy designer jeans. But although Zenon was typical, her parents didn't understand her. They worried when she painted her face green like Protozoa, the lead singer of Microbe. They worried when she called her friends long distance in the Crab Nebula. They worried when she sold her microbionics homework to buy Nan Claudy jeans. All of my friends are wearing them, Zenon insisted. But Zenon's friends worried her parents too. They tried to punish Zenon. One night, they even sent her to bed without supper. Zenon went to her room, but she certainly didn't stay there. Zenon spent all of her time with her friends. Every night after school, they cruised the halls of the space station on their hoverboards, looking for something to do. When they found something to do, it was usually Zenon's idea, like the time she spray painted her name on a space station wall, or the time she poured her mother's bubble bath into the space station's water supply. Then one day, Zenon went too far. She ran her hoverboard into Captain Quirk, the captain of the space station, and his two very important visitors from Andromeda. When Zenon got home that night, her parents were there to greet her. She could tell they had talked to Captain Quirk. They were both wearing stress reducers. "Your mother and I are thinking about sending you to Earth for the summer," said her father. "A little hard work on your grandparents' farm might do you some good." But Zenon didn't want to go to Earth for the summer. "I have tickets to the Microbe concert," she said. The next thing Zenon knew, she was on a space shuttle heading toward Earth. "Now I'll never get to see Protozoa," she thought. When Zenon arrived on Earth, her grandparents were there to meet her. Grandpa's truck was the most unusual vehicle she'd ever seen. She couldn't wait to see it fly. Zenon was not at all happy about being on Earth. There was nothing but big skies and wide open spaces everywhere. She preferred the narrow gray hallways of the space station. If she had wanted to see a tree, she could have turned on her computer. When they got home, Zenon was more than a little surprised to find that her parents had a dog. "Her name is Quasar," said Grandpa. Zenon had never seen a real dog before because they weren't permitted on space stations. Then, to Zenon's horror, she noticed some dog hairs on her Nan Claudy jeans. That night, Zenon could not stop thinking about her friends. They were probably out cruising on their hoverboards, listening to Microbe, she thought. She would have given anything to be with them. Instead, she was lying on her bed in her grandparents' farm, listening to the clock ticking downstairs in the kitchen. The next morning, Grandma and Grandpa woke Zenon up early. "Here are your chores," they said, handing Zenon a very long list. "What are chores?" asked Zenon. The next thing she knew, she was in a chicken coop getting her breakfast. After breakfast, Zenon helped Grandma pull weeds in the garden. She did a very nice job for Grandma until she saw a worm. Zenon even helped Grandpa paint fences. After dinner, it was Zenon's job to wash the dishes. One time she dropped something on purpose so that she wouldn't have to wash it. Life on the farm wasn't all hard work. One night, Grandpa taught Zenon how to play checkers. Zenon waited 20 minutes for Grandpa to take his turn before she realized he was sleeping. This would never have happened had they played Laser Zingo, she thought. Then one morning, Grandpa had a surprise for Zenon. "What is it, Grandpa?" asked Zenon. She'd hoped that the micro music she had ordered from Andromeda had arrived. "It's Quasar," said Grandpa. "She's going to have puppies." Puppies, thought Zenon. She didn't even like Quasar. After that, things did not get much better for Zenon. In fact, they got worse. Grandma made her play microbes so low she couldn't hear them. Grandpa put wheels on her hoverboard, and although her grandparents let her call her friends, she couldn't see what they were wearing. Finally, one night, Zenon couldn't take it anymore. She wanted to go home. "Why did my parents send me here anyway?" she cried. Then, the next morning, Quasar had her puppies. There were 7 of them, 1 boy and 6 girls. In all the excitement, Zenon forgot about asking to go home. For some reason, the puppies liked Zenon. By the time they were old enough to walk, they were following her everywhere. Because Zenon was so good with the puppies, her grandma asked her to take care of them. She fed them, she brushed them, she bathed them when they got dirty. Soon, Zenon found herself finishing her chores early, so she could spend more time with the puppies. One day, Zenon took the puppies for a ride on her hoverboard. She was flying so fast that one of the puppies almost fell off. After that, she put her hoverboard away. And because the puppies didn't like Microbe, she stopped playing their music. In fact, Zenon had come to enjoy the comforting tick of the clock in the kitchen. It helped her concentrate on beating Grandpa checkers. Before Zenon knew it, the summer had come to an end. She was happy about going home, but sad about leaving her puppies. "Can I take them with me, Grandma?" she pleaded. "Now, Zenon, you know the rules," said Grandma. "Dogs aren't permitted on space stations." When the day came for Zenon to leave, she packed her things and cleaned her room. She never once mentioned the puppies. Her grandparents were very proud of her. She had grown up quite a bit over the summer. The space shuttle arrived, and Zenon hugged her grandparents goodbye. She promised she would visit them every year. When Zenon got home, her parents were overjoyed to see her. Right away, they noticed the difference in Zenon. That night, Zenon was more helpful than she had ever been. She robo-vacuumed the carpet. She micro-zapped dinner. She even washed the dishes by hand. Zenon's parents had never seen anything like it. Soon it was late, and Zenon was tired. It had been quite an exciting day, so she kissed her parents and hurried up to bed. Zenon's parents were very proud of their daughter. She had changed so much that summer, they almost didn't recognize her. They just hoped she hadn't changed too much.